The Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information, 2021, National Humanitarian Recommendation. Copyrights 2021 by Vincent Ballard. Publication content. Cover, greetings/introduction, summary glossary of terms, nuts and bolts, Tsopahmocci summary videos, relative questions, the recommendation, the closing to continue, a glance view at the founder. Greetings, and it certainly is an honor to greet you. I do this on behalf of the National Humanitarian Effort, the Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information 2021. For short, it is an acronym entitled Tsopahmocci and pronounced Tsopahmocci. It was divinely given to me on January the 20th, 2021 with regard to the universal energy towards the greater good within human decency. I was convicted to begin the days on February the 1st without including the weekend days and counting with the hope of coming up with a master plan recommendation to be presented to the U.S.A. leadership at or about 100 days. This master plan recommendation is favorably centered on coming up with a plan of action relative to those individuals of the Black experience within the United States of America, U.S.A., and they're being included in a higher priority manner genuinely. It is also fitting that this be done because many other groups for years have been reported as presenting their individual and collective agendas in some instances. With that in mind, I thought it also fitting to include ourselves as Black people in the conversation of coexisting equally so. It also seemed necessary to pursue this from a community approach to bring about a more unbiased approach as possible. In a further attempt for as a clear point of understanding to be reached within this national humanitarian effort of Tsopahmocci 2021, please find the attached summary glossary of a few selected words and or phrases. This in particular involves as follows. Number 1, recommendation. 2, master plan. 3, Tsopahmocci. 4, individuals from the Black experience, Black people. 5, human decency. And 6, the leadership audience. And these are the glossary of terms. Recommendation refers to suggestion or idea. Master plan refers to the overall strategy or plan of action with an agenda. Tsopahmocci, Tsopahmocci, refers to the steps of peacemaking and healing master plan of Civilized Cultural Information 2021, or Tsopahmocci National Humanitarian Effort created by yours truly, Reverend Vincent Ballard, Masters of Science in Criminal Justice. Individuals from the Black experience, Black people, these are human beings who are individuals who are documented of having come from the continent of Africa, have the highest melanin level, be the earliest inhabitants or settlers of most of the world's geographical locations, according to scholars like Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, Professor John Henry Clark, Dr. Yosef A.A. Benyakinen, Mother Drusilla Dungy Houston, and Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, and others like Dr. Claude Anderson, and his works acknowledging the native blacks in America, or the U.S.A. Human decency. Participation of choice of free will by an individual with active consideration and acknowledgement that favorably complements humane actions with behavior free of barbaric or inhumane treatment, biases, prejudice, and in particular systemic racism, and its impact as within policy manipulation and resource maneuvering, past, present, and undesired future actions as such. Human decency may be defined as an individual being, a divine creation, or a divine being having a divine human experience and striving to daily act in this manner. The leadership audience. The attempted designation focus of individuals of leadership positions who may be connected to beneficial resources identified in 2021. They are being contacted by the Tsopahmocci National Humanitarian Effort for this possible consideration, acknowledgement, and involvement with regard to human decency and the greater good of black folk in America having an agenda with equal opportunities to coexist. Nuts and bolts. I also bring to this pursuit my skill set and divine energy as an instrument of peacemaking and healing within this effort. My experience has involved my successfully carrying out humanitarian efforts on many levels from the national to the local repeatedly. Getting to the reasoning for forwarding this communication, the intended date of the 100-day period since the beginning of the Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information 2021 is June 8, 2021 to be specific. With this in mind, I also realize that this is a beginning effort or a step in a reality of more continuous resources of healing and peacemaking being needed. This master plan recommendation also speaks to some of the modern day challenges that have historically attempted to prevent the greater good towards the favorable survival of those individuals of the black experience of black people. Some selected modern day continuing challenges are misinformation, disenfranchisement, ignorance, systemic racism, inhumane treatment, and the disrespect of human decency and civilized cultural information. Of course, the addition of the misuse of technology as with cybersecurity issues and dynamics involving disease warfare has added to this reality. To be more accommodating to these humbling times with COVID-19 and safety issues, our efforts were made available by delayed video viewing on the YouTube channel. To bring you up to speed with what has occurred leading up to the June 8, 2021 Master Plan recommendation date, please find the following. The introduction of the National Humanitarian Effort was made available. The introduction of the participant intake process was made available. A selected series of training videos were made available for the duration on the 100-day humanitarian national effort. A specific midpoint series of resources were made available. A national sensitivity training model was provided with certification capabilities. A 33-day national training model was made available for willing participants leading up to the June 8, 2021 date, and to offer an alternative for youth and adults during the summer months. An informational elite training video was made available for the leadership audience beforehand randomly. Random attempts were periodically made to potential willing participants. These informational efforts were provided free of charge, with the only requirement of viewers had to have access to the YouTube channel and could willingly participate through the intake process. A summary of this interactiveness will be forwarded appropriately with recommendations during this National Humanitarian Master Plan. Tsopahmocci summary videos. Number 1, Tsopahmocci, 28 minutes, 52 seconds. Number 2, Tsopahmocci order of information, 33 minutes, 22 seconds. Spring Thing 2021, TDFFD, TWA, number 3, 9 minutes, 46 seconds. Number 4, Spring Thing 2021, TDFFD training, 24 minutes, 29 seconds. Number 5, CRCCLH, Critical Resiliency Continuity Consideration Level HAPA, 9 minutes, 32 seconds. Number 6, Rising 1 Million, 18 minutes, 55 seconds. Number 6, the Two Eyes Initiative of Interest, 15 minutes, 29 seconds. Number 8, To the Leadership Audience, 4 minutes, 29 seconds. Number 9, The Welcoming Gathering 2021, 17 minutes, 25 seconds. Number 10, 6 Consonants and a Vowel Elite Training, 21 minutes, 15 seconds. Number 11, 6 Consonants and 3 Vowels. Number 12, 6 Consonants and a Vowel 2, 28 minutes, 57 seconds. Relative questions on racism. Racism. What are you racing to? What are you racing for? What are you racing with? What are you racing? Who is in the race? What does the race consist of? Who limits the race? Is human decency in the race? Is the race viewed through a prism? If whatever your approach you are using during this race was used against you and your dearest loved ones, would you like it, appreciate it, be thankful for it? Its continuation. Here are some selected recommended questions relative to the national humanitarian effort entitled The Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information 2021 for the June 8 recommendation. These questions are designed to bring about a more higher prioritized response from the leadership audience that is communicated to. These questions are taken from the Towards 1 Million training video. Number 1, what is the present capability, awareness, and preparation of the intended audience or situation for the greater good of individuals of the Black experience? Number 2, what is the track record, specifically, details, data, lessons learned? Number 3, what are the superlatives that prove to be beneficial to the Black people's experience, past, present, future? Give specific details, facts, dates. Number 4, what system or checks and balances do you adhere to make this happen? Give specifics. Number 5, what resources are available presently for individuals of the Black experience? And what are the requirements for them to have access to them on an equal human decency perspective? Give specifics. Number 6, what involvement have you allowed individuals of the Black experience to participate in your organization from your beginning to present day, from the highest administrative level to the earliest entry level? Give facts and specifics only. Number 7, what meaningful opportunities do you have for individuals of the Black experience that may have or is presently being victims of systemic racism and its impacts via immediate, intermediate, and long-range goals? Number 8, what present mechanisms do you have in place for the individuals of the Black experience who are bouncing back or needing second chance opportunities, and likewise give specifics, facts, and data? Number 9, do you have present mechanisms in place that counter systemic racism, disenfranchisement, blackballing, misinformation, and ignorance. Number 10, what mechanisms or system of protection do you have within your organization for individuals of the Black experience, individually and or collectively? Give specifics, facts, and data. The Tsopahmocci 2021 recommendation for the leadership audience. I recommend, number 1, an exhaustive system of checks and balances in a higher prioritized manner. Number 2, towards the potentiality of resources, the atmospheric and environmental possibility advancement of the individuals of the Black experience or Black people. Number 3, and the protection available to their opportunity to coexist in a wholesome manner through human decency. Number 4, without remnants of or extensions of systemic racism, disenfranchisement, mechanisms, misinformation, inhumane treatment, or ignorance, actions carried out against them. Number 5, this should be carried out in such a way that takes into consideration, number 6, past inhumane actions carried out against them, Black people. Number 7, the present actions. And number 8, those actions with momentum that connects with future involvement and realities also. Number 9, this referenced system of checks and balances should be done in a manner that welcomes transparency with human decency. It is also necessary that it reflects the number 10 survival realities for immediate, intermediate, and long-range focus for this recommended system of checks and balances to be used for the greater good of Black people. Number 11, transparency in this instance is designed to counter modern-day ills such as barbaric and inhumane treatment that may even slip through present established policies of today, when individuals of the system can carry out these kinds of actions against individuals of the Black experience or Black people as noted. Number 12, the example of enforcing the slave codes and the capture, killing of Demarc Vesey and the burning down of Mother Emanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina is a historical example of this happening. Number 13, this recommendation is grounded in this sincerely and is intended to be representative of this momentum for your possible viewing, further consideration, and involvement, respectively. It is further recommended that this particular recommendation be accepted in its fullness to the leadership on all levels for the greater good to occur and as a higher prioritized manner as possible. Tsopahmocci, or the Steps of Peacemaking and Healing Master Plan of Civilized Cultural Information 2021, speaks to an opportunity for the willing participant to voluntarily engage in. It also has unprecedented heights of human decency involvement for them to participate in many wonderful days to come. Through consideration, commitment, and community togetherness within this focus, much greater good days may be achieved. It is within this focus and momentum that I come within this humbling system of a recommendation towards a higher prioritized agenda of inclusion for the betterment of all. I certainly look forward to relative feedback, a more encouraged attempt within the sharing of resources as reference and working together as a community towards many good days to come. Sincerely, Reverend Vincent Ballard. Contact information, yimshem18@gmail.com. The Y is the only capital letter. SHEM18@gmail.com. Post Office Box 1101, Jackson, Mississippi 39215. Peace, blessings, healing, and protection and joy always. A selected view of the Tsopahmocci 2021 founder, Reverend Vincent Ballard, Master of Science, Criminal Justice, the Minister of Civilized Cultural Information. Here's a glance. At a gathering with 3 U.S. presidents before President Obama, worked collaboratively to bring the U.S.A. Vice President to be the graduation speaker at a historical black college and university, or HBCU, worked collaboratively to bring the former Lieutenant Governor of Mississippi to view a HBCU campus for possible future resources, brought in the Mississippi Attorney General to take a tour of community centers and black businesses in Columbus, Mississippi, started a series of civilized cultural activities to counter community violence, as within the Run-a-Thon, Fight-a-thon, and Cultural Table Board series events. Worked collaboratively to bring together a national humanitarian gathering of honor and training entitled The Black Belt and the Community for individuals of the combat sciences or martial arts. Worked collaboratively to begin the first slam dunk contest, Kwanzaa, and the suggestion that the streets be named after individuals of the black experience at a historical black college and university. Worked collaboratively to bring about a mentoring program for youth and community leaders and businesses owner on the state levels. Worked collaboratively starting one of the first national gatherings for emergency preparedness training for individuals with disabilities and diversity in disabilities leadership institute training, respectively, within the U.S.A. Formerly ranked the number 3 in the world and held one of the fastest professional knockout records in professional kickboxing history within the super heavyweight division. Held repeated leadership roles as a student leader, professional, and on the national, state, and local levels. Founded the Steps of Peacemaking and Healing MASTERPLAN of Civilized Cultural Information 2021 National Humanitarian Effort. Peace and blessings always, and I look forward to hearing from you.